Now, before you come and attack me on the comment section, sit down and listen to this, because you might end up agreeing. And if you don't agree, then maybe you're the problem. So know that before watching this video, I have a video talking about how much I love being Peruvian. I love being Peruvian, but at the same time, I hate it as well. But apart from that, let's begin. Us Peruvians, we're very judgy. Don't believe me? Tell me if you haven't seen this.
La cámara, brother. Mira tu filtro, brother. Me llega el pincho tu filtro, me llega el pincho tu cámara, me llega el pincho tu jato cholo de mierda.
¿No te consideras racista?
Un poquito, lo necesario. Por ejemplo, si se me cruza una combi y es un serrano, digo serrano mal afectuoso, el ignorante, el que me está cerrando el carro.
Te voy a dejar en la calle, más de lo que ya estás. Te voy a dejar en la calle. ¿Tú crees, huevón, que tú eres lo mismo que yo? ¿Tú crees que eres lo mismo que yo, compadre? A ti te voy a hacer que te boten de tu trabajo. Vas a quedarte en la calle. Te voy a hacer que te mueras de hambre, huevón. ¿Te has acordado de mí, huevón?
Hace poco me mudé con una roommate y fue todo un tema para mí porque tenemos distintas costumbres. Cuando llego a casa me encanta que todo esté ordenado, pero sobre todo amo que mi cama esté limpia y huela bien. Por eso elegí un colchón que haga match con mis gustos. Y lo mejor es que me protege de todo a la hora de dormir. Ah, y otra cosa, no absorbe malos olores. Creo que soy un poco maniática con este tema. Y este es uno de mis secretos, pero no se lo digan a Valeria. Así, a pesar de ser diferentes, Valeria y yo somos súper amigas.
There's an oppression against people who look a certain way, mostly if they're resembling an indigenous look. Now, there's racism everywhere, but this particular issue transfers from generation to generation, making Peruvians look bad amongst their peer countries. I have acquaintances in Peru who are like that, and they feel like they're the kings of the world. However, when those same people come to the United States, they notice that the racist doesn't ball here. They notice that them being like that isn't it. And then they don't want to come back to the States and they want to stay in their bubble. What's their bubble? Peru. And those people are the same people that get all the perks because of that Peruvian conformist culture. I have family in Spain. They never lived in Peru. And when I took my trip to Spain, I asked them, what did they think about Peru? And they told me that they hated the social culture in Peru. We haven't evolved as a society, and that is why I hate being Peruvian. I believe that the majority of countries in South America are not like that, or at least not as much as Peruvians are. I remember one time I went to the beach with a couple friends, and we were drinking, you know, etc. We were in the beach, and then they were what we call in Peru pituquitos, right? And then one of the pituquitos said that his last name, he had like a weird last name, you know, a weird last name for me, but it was an Italian last name. Weird for me though, of course, because I'm not Italian, right? And then I asked him, is your last name Quechua? If you don't know what Quechua is the indigenous language that they had in Peru from the Incas. And then he got pissed. He got so mad. Bro even wanted to fight me. But then again, I'm super direct. That is one of my flaws. But then, hey, honestly, I mean, sometimes being direct is also good, you know, because either they love you or they hate you. I don't want people to just like me, you know, because at the end of the day, people who like me, who the f are they? They just like me. I want people to love me. You understand? But then again, going back to the topic, us Peruvians, we're very judgy. We don't like change. We don't like getting out of our comfort zone either. But then for us, being like that, Peruvians live their way of life like that, oppressed, and they accept that. They accept the fact that there is no room for progression. And if there is room for progression, it's kind of fakey in a way. Because they say, yeah, we want to improve our country, but then we don't put our own effort into it. Here's my theory. If we go back in time, we had the Spanish conquer Latin America, and their viceroyalty, meaning their hotspot in Latin America, was Peru. Peru was the place where it was the viceroyalty of Spain. Now, when the countries decided to liberate themselves, you think they started liberating themselves in Peru? No, they started in Argentina, they started in Colombia, and they little by little closed down until it got to the moment of Peru. Now, of course, in Argentina was very poor. There weren't many slaves. Everybody in Argentina wasn't having that much of a good time. However, in Peru, everybody was good. Everybody was in their comfort, you know, because we had slaves. Spain's viceroyalty was in Peru, right? So many of Peruvians did not want to be liberated. Many of Peruvians wanted to stay the same because they had so many perks in comparison to other countries. And let me tell you one more thing about not even Peruvians, but about Latinos. When the Spanish came to Peru, you think the best people from Spain came to Peru to conquer us? No. Because imagine this, if you're in Spain and they tell you, hey, listen, there might be a continent in the other side of the world, we're gonna go on a boat, you wanna come? If they ask you that, you don't even know if there's another side of the world, right? You're gonna say no, of course. So who did they ask? They asked the prisoners in Spain, hey, listen, either you stay here in prison, or maybe you might wanna go on a boat, go to this continent that we don't even know if it exists, and then figure out if there is a place, then you're set and free. What do you want to do? If you're a prisoner, of course you're gonna say yes, you know, because you have no other choice. But a good Spaniard is gonna live his life to go find a continent that maybe exists or maybe it doesn't. No. So of course we got a bunch of prisoners from Spain coming to Latin America, and that is why Latino culture is very, you know, want to take advantage of this, want to take advantage of that, etc. You know, we're very, you know, like I don't know, like I even made that sound, you know, because it just sounds nasty, or at least as I matured, it's just stupid. But therefore we are conformists, and that is the reason why we don't evolve. Have you seen Colombia? Have you seen how happy they are as a country in comparison to Peru? Have you seen their overall people? They're very happy. They're not as racist as Peruvians are. But why Peru? When we are so rich in food, in biomes, in history, why are we like that? Now going into the future, when I was in college in UF, I remember I joined this Peruvian organization named PAS. And I noticed that the president, many of the people who were organizing the event, they were very insecure. And they were insecure because in some way or another, it just transfers to them. Generation by generation by generation. There is a lot of classism in Peru. And that is the reason why we don't progress. Since we're also Latinos, like I told you guys, we like to take advantage of whatever is necessary and unnecessary. And this also transfers to our culture completely. Presidents, here stealing our money. The Federación of Fútbol Peruana, they also only care about making money, and the local teams, they leave it to the side. That is why now it's coming to us. That's why we're not winning anything. This is a mess. And throughout these last years, I've noticed with my own eyes how fucked up we are. But it is not the end of the world. We can change. And this can change with you. Just by maturing and understanding the real issue. Apart from that, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it opened your eyes in some way or another. And apart from that, guys, peace out, guys.